What's up guys, today we're going to be reserving the string on a striker crossbow. This string I got almost 3 years ago and I've only reserved it once, and this is how it looks like right now. It probably still holds a lot more shots, but I'm going to reserve it right now just to be safe, and I figured I'd show you guys. So the first thing you got to do is, first of all, you need a bow press for this. I use it for multiple reasons and you guys will see why. So yeah, let's take off the string. Alright, so now that we don't have any tension on the string, we can take it off. And the tricky part is we're going to have to take off the cables as well, because we're going to fully let go of all the tension on the crossbow. So the tricky part is, don't let the cables unwind or else that'll screw up your timing. So you got to be really careful and unhook it. And make sure it doesn't unwind. So I'm going to get some tape and just tape it onto something so it doesn't unwind. Alright, so I carefully unhooked it, and I'm going to make sure that it stays that way. I'm just going to tie it up to my string stop right there. Same thing with the other side. You don't want these to unwind, otherwise your timing will get screwed up, and that's not fun to do. It takes forever. So just to be safe. Alright, now we can fully unpress the crossbow. Alright, so now we took off the string, and as you could see on the sides of where the rail was, I did put a second layer of serving just to make it a little bit thicker and easier on your hands whenever you're loading it. And that's not really necessary. If anything, it's going to affect the FPS on the crossbow, but I just do it for fun either way. So yeah, a cool thing that we're going to be using the crossbow press for is we're going to be winding it around both sides, and that's going to help get some tension on the string whenever you're reserving it. So this one, I literally just unhooked it, and I'm going to set it right there, and I'm going to put the screw back on. Alright guys, so we got some pretty good tension on the string, and I do want to mention that it's made by 60X Custom Strings, and I already did reserve it once, but something that I've always been sketched about is if you keep on reserving your string, you never really know if it's damaging from the inside. So yeah, I figured I might as well reserve it right now. It's been probably a year or two since I last reserved it, and it still looks great. Look at this. None of the actual servings are damaged or torn. And that's another thing, guys. Whenever a serving gets torn, that's when you should replace your string. You could probably get away with reserving it just like I'm doing right now. But if you don't want to go through all of this, then just buy a new string. Something that I do want to mention about 60X Custom Strings is that their strings are really tough. They will last forever, like as you can see, especially their serving lasts forever. But their strings overall are really tough, and they do not stretch. They already come pre-stretched, and that could be a bad thing because that just puts more stress on the limbs whenever you're shooting it. And I've seen people have cracked limbs, split limbs because of the 60X Custom Strings. So yeah, if your crossbow is known for having limb issues, then you might want to think twice about getting these strings. But if you're looking for a nice, tough, and durable string, this is the one to get. But just keep those cons in mind. Alright, so now I'm just going to mark down the sides of the string just so I know where to start and end it whenever I'm reserving it. You could probably put some tape or a white marker if you have a white marker. And yeah, I'm just going to cut it up with an X-Acto knife, and let's get started. Alright guys, now we have the serving completely off in the center. And let me know guys, let me know in the comments, would you guys still reserve this string, or do you think it's too far gone? I personally think it's still good because all the strands are still connected together. None of them are completely torn. It's just worn and frayed a little bit, but none of them are completely torn. So I think it still might be good for another while, but this might be the last time I'll reserve this string, and then I might have to buy a new string. But let me know in the comments, what do you guys think? Because I'm curious to know, because I'm not an expert on this. But yeah, I personally think it's still good for another, I don't know, 6 months to a year. Because I don't shoot it that often. And this is a part right here that I'm kind of concerned about, but it's off to the side. I'm hoping I accidentally cut this while I was reserving it last time. But yeah, you do not want to see a whole strand completely torn. Once you have strands that are torn, then there's no point on trying to save the string. You need a new one. But yeah, guys, so I'm just going to wax it again, and then I'll just put the new serving on. Just in case you guys are curious, this is a wax that I use. I actually ordered 2 of these and I only received 1, but I've had this for probably 2 years. It's lasted me a good while. But yeah, we're just gonna put some wax on the string and just work it in there. Alright, so after some wax, it looks a lot more better. Now I'm gonna reserve the string, and this is the part that I'm going to try my best to explain, but there is for sure going to be way better tutorials on YouTube on how to reserve your strings. The main thing you need is this serving tool right here. This is probably the cheapest one you could get. It's not too expensive, and this is all the serving I have left, so hopefully I have enough. And this is serving made by 60X Custom Strings. So yeah, their serving, as you could see, lasts forever, so I recommend getting serving by 60X Custom Strings. And yeah, let's reserve this baby. Alright guys, so this is a serving tool I recommend getting. You want to have this sort of snug and sort of loose, if that makes sense. You want to be able to get this string off sort of easily. But yeah, whenever you first buy this, there's little arrows right there. This one's pretty dirty, but it tells you where to loop it through. There's an arrow right there. Then you go in there. And then you go down here, then you go up here. It's little instructions on how to use this thing. What you want to do is lay the string on top of it just like that. And I think it's 5 strands, I don't remember, but you want to wrap it around 5 times. I usually just eyeball it. 3, as you can see. Hopefully you guys could tell what I'm doing. If not, there's way more better tutorials on YouTube. We have 3 so far. 4, 5. I'm actually going to do 10. 7, 8, 9. Alright, so right now we're out of room. So that's when you want to play with this little thing right here. You want to make sure it's not too tight or too loose, because you want to be able to wrap it around like this. So that's like, I think that was, damn, I lost count. Anyway, I don't think it really matters though. As soon as you get that off, you want to pull out the little strand right there and then start serving it from underneath. So just keep on going. Also, the tighter you have this, the tighter the serving will be, I think. Right, now that you're there, you want to leave a bit of slack, because now you kind of have to serve it by hand on this last part. So now what you do is you wrap it around like this. I might have cut a little bit too little. And you want to feed it inside. Yeah, I should have gone way more. Now you're sort of reversing it. And there we go. Yeah, I left a little gap still, but that'll do. Alright, so you want to make sure these are on really tight. And you just cut the ends. And you burn them. And yeah guys, that's pretty much it. If you wanted to, you could stop right here. I'm actually going to be putting the string back on and marking down around the riser so I can put another second layer like how I had it before, just so it's a bit easier on my fingers. But yeah guys, if you wanted to, you could stop right here. And something I did forget to mention is always unwind your string before you serve it. You always want to have an unwinded string because sometimes they're all winded up. And yeah, just something I forgot to mention. Alright, so we have the string back on my crossbow, so I'm just going to put some tape in the center, and then I'll know from where to start the other serving. Alright, so now we got the center mark down, so I usually just measure with the width of my hand, and this one is a bit smaller, so I'm going to have to extend it just a little bit more. But yeah, this one is fine, so I'm going to reserve just this top piece right here. Alright, I'm going to once again try to teach you guys how to do this again. So what you want to do is put a little piece on top like that. Now you do it however many times you want. I'm probably going to do 10. Alright, now that you have it, you want to lift this little piece up again and start going underneath. And right now actually is probably a good time to pull on this thing. Alright, so you just want to continue underneath now. Alright, once you're there, you want to leave some slack. There's probably like about a centimeter left. Alright, so now what you want to do is loop it around and then inside. And start coming backwards. And you want to hold it on top of this and then start wrapping it around. Then this little part will start wrapping. Alright, so now same thing for the other side. I'm going to lay this on top and wrap it over. Now cut off some slack. I did sort of mess up on this spot, but since it's a second layer, just pretty much to make it thicker, I don't really care. It doesn't really matter. Alright guys, and there we go. Looks like I have a whole new brand new string now. And heck yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you learned something today, and see you later.